You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, LOCPod, Left of Center, Season 18, Episode 7, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power Indiana Lake County Studios.
Back from Gone Fishing.
Yeah. That was a
LOCPod experience.
Yeah. Sorry about Tuesday. We have that annual miss because we attend the ICSC. It's a conference center convention in Las Vegas. We have a big contingent of city officials that go to this every year.
Which we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah. And
show you pictures. It's exciting.
So anyway, we knew we were going to miss. There was a lot of people that were missing, and so we just called it off. So sorry about Tuesday's show. We're back. We'll be back for the rest of the season now.
Stay tuned. We've got Matt Reardon coming up in the third segment of our show.
Yeah.
Which is going to be exciting. Haven't had Matt on this year.
Yeah.
Good to talk economic development with him. The Bears have been in the news.
Yes, they have.
Regarding the Indiana site, and we're going to talk to Matt about sites like that.
Channel 5 yesterday with Marianne Ahern.
I saw that.
You did?
Whoa. Yes. The clip.
You saw it on TV?
No, I saw that you were had an interview. Sorry.
Yeah. Did you see it? Anybody see it? Hey, Joe, what's up?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
I thought it was all right. I don't know. You know what? I was jet lagged yesterday, and so I don't think I was as sharp as normal.
Jet lag, just from a Vegas flight.
What do you mean, just from?
Usually jet lag, you say like, oh yeah, I was in Europe, I'm jet lagged.
It's a 2-hour time change. It's not easy.
Going
west to east is even harder too.
That's true.
If you go east to west, when you get to Vegas, you're like, it's 2 a.m, and you're like, hell yeah, let's go.
No problem.
Right, but if you go west to east, you're tired.
The morning's tiring, yeah, because you get
waking up at like
6, but it's really
early.
4.
Yeah, right. Anyway, what's up, Joe?
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, what's the matter? You mad at us?
No.
Let's get in. Can we get into
She's
No
mad at
Doubt?
us.
We got
You
so
know
much to
she's
talk
mad at
about.
She's
That's
mad at
Jill's
her.
mad voice.
That's
That
just
is. I
that's
can tell.
normal.
I know. No,
That is normal.
Yeah, I just
I
figured
mean,
it's a regular day.
Oh, I
It
didn't know
was was a business trip, and then I know how Jill's just like, well, fuck you guys, because you guys were all there.
But the first part was a great LOCPod trip, and we had Steve Kellogg out
I
there.
know, but like Jill was like, fuck you guys, we're gonna do a whole show today
Yeah.
on your No Doubt
Yes.
concert.
So
Am I speaking
Jill-
accurately?
I mean, they weren't huge when I was in high school. It's fine.
Really.
Jill, they were
They
big.
were.
At least you're along for-
By the way, Alana Lendy was there. We ran into them in Vegas. We at the same time. That was not
Crazy.
planned, but it was
yeah,
cool.
Bobby and Alana, which was great.
Yeah, and Alana happens to be a huge fan also.
So we're going to take you along for the ride, Jill.
And we did not know we were going to meet Gwen Stefani. That is,
You're ruining like
Come
all the like.
on.
Let's just not do the. Let's just get to the bottom of this.
And you're not
It's
making
a
it better
teaser.
for Jill.
It's a teaser.
No, it's not. A
Jill
teaser would
saw
be
the
like
fucking picture
a
already.
Wait,
dude.
a teaser. Yeah, Jill did, but not our audience.
It's a teaser.
A teaser would be like, you're never going to believe who we met in Las Vegas.
It was
That's
Gwen,
a teaser.
It was Gwen Stefani.
Tom's like, good morning, LOCPod. We met Gwen Stefani.
Tune
Talk
out.
to you later.
End of show.
Let's tune out.
Well, they didn't see the picture yet,
But-
or the circumstances that led to it.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's not a teaser, though.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Strike that.
Did you
You're a
bring me
lawyer.
a shirt,
Strike that.
Kevin?
What's that?
Did you bring me a shirt?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
My
Did
God.
Tom? Did Steve?
I didn't buy myself.
Did John?
All I know is when we were at Grateful Dead, you and I ran around there looking for a sweatshirt for Vesmar.
This is true.
So,
This is true.
that's
We
fine.
did. Man,
Yeah.
we're losing
Jill
all
is-
I
this.
saw this
Okay.
coming, by the way. I saw this coming on the show last week because,
Oh, yeah.
remember Joe?
Well, then why didn't you get her a shirt?
No, I'm going to rewind.
What is it me? Why is it me?
No. I want to rewind a week ago. I'm not talking about the shirt. I'm talking about Jill's feelings.
This
Okay.
could be the end of LOCPod.
So like a week ago, we were on the show, and I was like, "No, we're going on this is a ICSC. We're going out for the convention." And Kevin's like, "No, it's a LOCPod trip." And I'm like, "No, dickhead. Jill's in the studio. Let's be kind to Jill and say, I mean, it is, by the way.
Let's lie to
Let's
her.
lie to
No,
Jill.
no, Jill. The first day was on all of us. Okay.
LOCPod.
And then the second, third, and fourth day were the convention.
Yes.
The thing is, every year we go out for this convention, and then we've been lucky because the Sphere has awesome shows every time we go. Like last 2 years,
2 years, Dead.
it was the Dead.
Which is
So we
crazy.
went out and we were like, hell yeah, we catch the Dead, and then we roll into the conference.
Correct.
This year, we're not huge No Doubt fans.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I got to see No Doubt, but they were there, and it worked out.
But what I'm saying is, so on the last show, I was like, yeah, we're going out for ICSC.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kevin's like, no, we're going on a LOCPod trip. And I'm like,
That's true.
You remember this, right, Jill?
Oh.
And we got
Both
into
are
an argument on the air because I'm like, dickhead, Jill's in the studio.
I didn't
Like,
want to
she
lie to
doesn't-
Jill.
All right. So anyway, yeah, LOCPod covered our concert tickets. That's an accurate indication.
We're going to
We
make
were-
up for it.
We were
Yes.
out there for, because we're going to take Jill to Metallica.
She's coming to Metallica.
Right.
Not if you go on the date you said you're going.
No,
Well,
no,
we
no.
haven't bought our
Yeah.
tickets. The
Yeah.
tickets are really damn expensive. So we should work that out. But I do want to get out there when it's warm. So
When would that be? March?
No, I think the earliest is October. Yeah. So anyway, I'm sure everybody's really interested in our travel plans.
I'd like to get into our Vegas trip.
Well, then get into it, dude. I'm not stopping.
There's a
you.
lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover.
Where do we start?
And we got you.
No
This
doubt.
is gonna be a cool. This is gonna be a cool show because we saw No Doubt in concert and at the Sphere, and we got great clips, and we got Kevin. You have a connect to the band, man.
Yeah, actually, it was really awesome. My buddy Rajiv Goyal, Raj grew up in Munster. We went to high school together. He went to Brown. I went to Penn, so I'd see him in college as well and hang out. Wow, and I've always just been a very good friend of mine. Really good friend. And he's an orthopedic surgeon, lives in Seattle. But his cousin, his mom's maiden name is Canal, and his cousin is Tony Canal from the band. And so
The bass
Tony,
player.
the bass player from No Doubt.
The one
and
that broke Gwen Stefani's heart.
That's the one.
And made all the great music.
That's
Yes.
the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? All the great music came
And
from
actually, she
Tony
kinda mentioned
breaking up with him.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
He's super cool. I would date him.
Tony's brother Neil is also obviously a cousin of Raj's, and Neil and Tony took care of making sure we got band tickets, meaning that we paid like face
Joe's
value
gonna
for
walk the fuck out of here.
for the middle. Right, Tom? How good were the tickets? They were
They're
like
as good as you can get in the Sphere.
Section
we were in section
205.
200 in the center.
Yeah.
Look
Literally,
at this picture.
if you look naturally ahead, you're looking like You're looking at the center of the Sphere. We were like right in front of
Right
the center
here.
of the Sphere.
Look at this.
It was ridiculous.
This just gives you an idea of the scale of this place.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, it's unbelievable.
By the way, so
Look
I went.
at the band down at the bottom.
Yeah,
so I
they're-
went to 6 Dead shows at the Sphere, and I went to a Fish show at the Sphere. And so this is my 8th show, which I'm spoiled. I get it, dude. No Doubt used the Sphere better than any band I've seen, and I'm a Deadhead, dude. But No Doubt, the way they used the Sphere is ideal. That's how you're supposed to use it.
I feel like it seems like each band is learning off the former, like the previous bands or bands, and they're
These
like,
are the
okay, we
best.
can do this, we can do that.
That's why Metallica. That's why Metallica is going to be so good. Because if you have time, like when Fish went to the Sphere, okay, Fish only had like a couple months to get ready for it. Okay,
Right.
so their graphics when Fish got there,
the first time.
yeah, I didn't see this last round, but the first time Fish went there, their graphics were sort of, I don't know. They were,
Well, looking back, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
they
at
were
the time
the
you're like,
lamest-
Kevin, this
the
is so
lamest
cool.
out of all the bands that are
right?
there.
And they were the first ones that you'd
and
seen there.
The Dead's graphics the first time were good, but they were definitely better the second time
Agree.
they visited.
Agree.
Now No Doubt's had a couple years to get ready for this residency,
Yep.
and their graphics, dude,
Yeah.
off the freaking charts. Like the way they incorporated like the graphics into the songs, and it was just amazing.
and just the energy. Like I was thinking to myself, okay, No Doubt, right? They haven't really been playing together for a long time. This, that. I was like, okay, it's going to be a good show. I didn't realize it was going to be a off the charts, phenomenal, great entertainment show.
I remember on this show sort of talking shit about it, but like what? Like No Doubt at the Sphere. I mean, I'm sure you got it, Jill, but that's not our generation. So.
There's a lot of energy there.
By the way, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about was also because of Kevin's hookup to Tony, the bassist. We got awesome Sphere tickets. We're face value. They're only a couple $100, which is amazing for the Sphere. And then we get invited to the after party.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit of a surprise. Raj told me on the flight out there. He texted me, and then I didn't really tell Tom, and
I didn't
because
know
I wanted
until-
Raj to kind of announce to the group that we were going to be able to do that. So he got us limited amount of tickets to the after party, and we got to go to this private club at the Sphere, and you could see Raj there with Tony talking to Tom and Steve, and we got to meet with Tony. A bunch of Raj's cousins were down there, and then we got the ultimate.
Are we going to go there right now?
Oh, sure. No, we don't have to. Let's do some clips. Here's a great picture of Raj is on the left, his buddy Han from New York is on the right, and then all of us are in the middle. There's Bobby and Lana. Me,
Lana
John.
gets in as a super fan because we had 6 tickets to this event, and we had 6 people in our group, including John Kennedy and Scott Miller. Okay, and then
and the Westlands.
And the Westlands, yeah, and the Westlands, right. And we only had four, and we had to get us in there for the show's shot. No offense, Joe. And then we had to get 2 other people in there, and we had 4 people in our group, and we had the Lendys there.
No.
And Alana was walking around the whole night like starstruck because she loves No Doubt so much.
Favorite band.
Favorite band.
So like we're like, dude, we'd be such dicks if we didn't get Alana in there to meet Tony, right? So we basically told the 4 other people, the Westlands and Scott and Kennedy, like, hey, we're gonna invite the Lendys in here because she's such a super fan, and they understood.
Yeah, they were
So we bring in the Lendys.
Very understanding.
And we bring in us, and then we're sitting there, and Tony comes out. We walk in, and Tony's already there talking, and we walk up to the bassist that just
such a normal guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was so cool. Just a laid back guy. He's so like just got done killing it out there at the Sphere.
Yeah.
So we take the shot with Tony, and
Which is
basically
great.
Tony's like, "Yeah, Gwen never comes to these things." So we're like, "Okay." And normally, if I hear that, I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go home and go to bed." I'm done.
There was one interesting fun fact about Tony I don't want to let go, and that was Tony. First of all, Tony's been he'd visit Raj once in a while, so I saw him a couple times growing up, but way before No Doubt fame. And then he mentioned, and Raj mentioned, that he actually spent a year in Munster and went to school at Elliott for
That's
a year,
right.
which
Isn't
is
that crazy?
crazy, which
Wow.
I did not know.
I wonder if
Which I did not
Elliott
know.
realizes that,
that
the
he's a
bassist-
graduate of.
Yeah, T.S. Elliott, right?
No, I don't know which Elliott it's named after, but it's Elliott Elementary in Munster.
Elliott. Okay, Elliott Elementary in Munster. Tony Kanal, the bassist for No Doubt, went to your elementary school probably in the 80s, right?
Yeah,
For like, you should
I think
probably,
he said like fourth grade. I think he said.
Yeah, 1 year, because he was like in transition that year.
Yep.
And then he ends up out in Orange County, where eventually he's going to meet Gwen Stefani. She's going to fall madly in love with him, and then he breaks her heart, resulting in Tragic Kingdom, right? So, Tony was a Munster guy for a while. But anyway, so we're in there, and I don't know, like, it's all of a sudden, I'm watching where Tony walked in, and I'm just sort of watching over there, and all of a sudden I see the white hair with the black ends walk in and then go over and talk to a group, and I'm like, holy shit, Gwen Stefani just walked in, and nobody realized it in the room outside of us. We were close to the door, and we'd start making plans real quick.
Mm-hmm. Like, how are we going to get a picture of Gwen Stefani? So first of all, his security, the Gwen Stefani's security guard comes over to us and is like, hey, do you guys, because we were kind of hanging around where she was.
We were
He's
like,
hey,
sort of
are
trapping
you
her.
guys, do you guys know Gwen? And I think Tom or Raj said, oh, we're friends with Tony's family.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, okay, and whatever. And then I said to Raj, I was like, Raj, see if you can get a picture with Gwen, see if you can get a
Because
picture
Gwen
with
knows Raj.
Yeah, and so like she just got, and I was kind of like, Raj's like, Kevin, relax, I'll see what I can do. And then she got done talking to somebody and taking a picture, and Raj was like, right away, he's like, hey, Gwen. And she was like, oh, hi, Raj, and gave him a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, would you mind taking a picture with my friends? And she's like, okay, real quick, because I got to get going. And then
Boom.
here
it
we
is.
are.
And there it is.
So she's my age. That is freaking unreal. She's our age, Kevin.
She doesn't look like she's aged at all.
No,
Dude.
Yeah.
But
she's like 50. She is in such good shape.
that was the thing that most impressed me, is how tiny she is and how like she just runs around the stage the whole time. She's freaking jacked. She took off her jacket towards the end of the show, and she's freaking jacked, man. Like
Yeah.
that
She
chick
had like a
is,
six-pack. It was
dude.
crazy.
She is a badass. Like she did such a great job in the concert too. Like so freaking strong, man. Like badass lead singer. Like
Yeah.
Totally impressed. One of the things that I was cool. It goes back to what you said about the Sphere. What they did was like when she would do like a dress change, or like she'd change whatever her outfit was. They would do like these interviews, like talking about the band, and like they'd all like go back and they'd look at all these like clips from the '90s
Yes.
and 2000s and all this stuff, and like it was really cool, really cool. They did a good job with it, I thought.
completely highly recommended. Is if you're out in Vegas, you have to go see No Doubt.
Let's go through
Like-
some clips.
yeah, let's
Because
do
we have
this.
so
Like,
many good clips.
Dude, it was like, it's one of those bands where you think you only a couple, and I'm not saying this about myself. I know the band, but like there's a lot of, we took a couple people with us, like Kennedy, for instance. He didn't know that he knew a lot of their songs,
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're watching along with us, you could see our clips that we're playing, and it shows you what was playing in the Sphere, and we'll try to explain it to you. But we could play live music on LOCPod without getting kicked off. So we're gonna go ahead and play some clips here, and you can hear how good they were, and we'll sort of explain to you what's going on.
And you can hear the quality too. So here's the first clip.
This is one of the early songs, and they were just jamming.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. She was, yeah. That's just.
So like the top of the Sphere at this point, it looked like you're inside of a circus tent, basically, the way they made it. So like if you like just took a picture of it, you would think we're inside of this big, huge circus tent, but that's the inside of the Sphere. They made that one look like that.
Here's the next one.
So the next one is they used the sphere, sort of like what we saw with some of the Dead stuff. Is they were going through their old neighborhood, and it's very good. It looks exactly like any California neighborhood.
Yeah, like
would
Orange County
in Orange
neighborhood
County
in the 90s, right?
Palm
Or
trees
early
everywhere,
2000s.
like power lines everywhere. And then they pull up to this house, and as they're pulling into the house, they have a clip of, like, no doubt, just jamming out inside the house, playing this song that they're playing right now. So it's cool.
And they were kind of dressed in like period clothing and her old look.
Dude.
She had her old look going.
By the way,
really
so
cool.
like when they went into the living room there, I mean, Gwen Stefani and the band was probably 100 feet tall in the sphere.
Yeah.
They were just massive.
You're
just
definitely
like,
not looking at like them on the stage.
No,
just
you're not
at
looking
the-
down. You're like, holy crap. They're just like massive, like on top of you, just jamming out. So cool. So this next one is, they go through like yearbook pictures of all the bands through the years. And the crazy thing is I didn't realize we were the exact same age. So they graduated the same year as Kevin and I, 1987. And they're going through, and it's very familiar for me, like looking at that kind of stuff. I grew up in California that time period. So
The other thing they did here, they did like a clip, like a photo album. And I was talking to Raj, and like when Tony did his photo album clip, it was so cool for Raj because it was like pictures of like his aunts and uncles and his family,
Dude,
like
that's so
up on the Sphere screen,
That
which
is
is
so cool.
insane.
Yeah.
So let's play this. Beautiful. Wow. That's so cool.
So this next song, this was really cool. Simple Kind of Life, Jill.
Good
So,
one.
yeah, and so we told you the story about Tony and Gwen. They dated, and Tony broke up with Gwen, which it just adds to his legend in my mind. He's like, I don't need this lady anymore. So Tony breaks up with Gwen, causes Gwen's heart to break, and she writes Tragic Kingdom and all these songs like, I kind of always knew I'd end up your ex-girlfriend. All this stuff was because of Tony. And in this song, so
Crazy.
they go into a house, and you know, this is another one where you're watching the screen, you're not watching the band. They go into a house, and Tony and Gwen are sitting at a table, and then they're having dinner, and then they get up and they start to dance. And while they're dancing, another Gwen opens the roof of the house, and she's like looking down at the two of them dancing.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
Very
it was
sad.
definitely sad, but like,
Kind of like what could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, like Gwen's married. He's like, so is
Well,
Tony. But like,
I took
how does Blake Shelton feel when he sees it?
I took it kind of. I kind of took it more like, man, wasn't it cool when things were much more simple?
But
And like
like-
now it's like
okay.
now we're all like famous.
Okay.
Wasn't she
But-
with the guy from Bush too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
we
has
met
kids.
him. We met him.
Has kids. Yeah.
But like, okay, but if I'm Blake Shelton, I'm like, wait a second. Okay, after you show this, and then Gwen goes back to bed with her boring ass husband. Wait, that's Blake. Blake Shelton's a boring ass
No, that was
husband.
the
I would be
guitarist.
totally offended if I was Blake Shelton and I saw this.
She's
so.
like still pining for Tony Canal.
Yes, she's still pining for Tony, and she's like, "Fuck Blake, I have to go bed." And this
I
is
don't
how-
agree with that.
That's what I took out of it. So anyway, tell us
No.
what you believe. This is the video.
We
Simple
know
Kind
you're
of Life.
We know you're happy, Gwen.
Not only love, I was obsessed with the pressure and love it didn't work out. I'll cover the shame.
See, the next part is where she goes to her boring husband.
But it's the guitarist. It's not Blake Shelton.
But you can't throw Blake Shelton in there. That would be very controversial. He was the substitute for Blake Shelton.
Right.
I didn't think
It's
of
the
that.
analogy.
I did. It is. He is the analogy of Blake Shelton.
The kind of another curious thing about Gwen Stefani lately is there's this app I follow. It's called Hallow, and she does like some stuff on it. And I was like, wow, that's so weird. And then I forgot to mention, well, I didn't have a chance to thank her for that, but it's cool. All right. Let's
Next
see what
one
else
is
we got.
I'm Just a Girl. This was
Oh,
another
this was
one.
so good.
Yeah, dude. This was like towards the end of the show. It's real strong finish. You go in a box and then it goes through like a door, and every door you go through has all these ladies. Some of them are like waitresses. Some of them are cartoon figures. There was a little like, what is that game where you twist it and the soccer players are going?
Oh, yeah, foosball?
Foosball. There was foosball women and just
Tabletop
like,
soccer.
but like jamming song, real strong.
And just a reminder, this is the stage down here.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
the play
When
button.
you're at the sphere, you're
Yeah.
not even looking unless you're on
It's
the
so
floor.
crazy,
You're
right?
looking at the screen. You're not looking at the band. Yeah.
and we had a front row view for that. All right, here we go.
This world is forcing me to hold your
The crowd is just going wild.
Yeah,
That was
awesome.
good.
Jill's like, fuck you.
John, you've got a couple of. I think John's got some.
We got this.
I don't know all of these songs. It's fine.
Oh, there you go.
We got this orange for you, Jill.
Yeah.
know you did.
Yeah, for $200.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is a crazy story.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
So,
I caught this one for the record.
Mhm. Yes, you did.
I guess, Tom, you had heard about this in advance,
I did hear
right?
about this.
Okay, so
That's why I was ready.
during arguably their like biggest song, "Don't Speak," these foam oranges start falling from. How do they even
The
do
roof.
that,
there
by
were
the way?
slots.
They had slots open.
Yeah,
up.
there's slots in the
I
roof.
showed them
saw
to you,
them.
right? Kev?
Yeah, you were like, Kevin, watch that. They're going to be oranges coming
Yeah,
down.
and Kevin's like, "What?" Yeah, I heard about it. So when I went in, because during Wizard of Oz, they do Wizard of Oz there regularly.
Oh, and they do apples or
They
something?
do apples that fall from the
Ah.
roof. So they planned this out with No Doubt, where No Doubt's from Orange County, and orange was the theme of the show. And then in one of the songs, in this one, Don't Speak, they go into an orange grove, and then they go underneath the trees in the orange grove, and all the apples start falling in the sphere. Excuse me, all the oranges starts falling, and you see them, but you don't realize they're also dropping real foam oranges from the roof.
Crazy.
And it starts hitting you, and you're like, what the fuck is going on, right? But I was ready. I saw one. I nailed it.
Yeah, you did. It kind of
$200 right here. Thank you.
And I happened to be filming and caught one somehow at the same time. But
Really?
here we
What'd you
go.
do with it, man?
Okay, I honestly gave it to Steve before I realized that they were going for like $200 on eBay.
That was a
apparently.
mistake.
Yeah.
So I want that back, Steve. if
Steve
you're
already
listening.
sold that shit. I guarantee.
Oh,
you.
it's gone, man.
yeah.
It's gone. But here's
It was
here's a
gone
clip of
before he
that
left
moment.
Vegas.
Yeah.
There they come.
What the?
That's
Oh
so
wow,
cool.
you
can
got
see
him.
'em.
Yeah. That's it.
And then Steve took it.
Steve took it. It's on eBay right now. I think we have isn't there a screenshot here of?
Yeah,
here's
there you
the-
go. Look at that. The cup we got,
I
and,
got
the,
the cup.
and the orange is $250.
Kevin, you left that cup in the hotel room. I grabbed it for you.
Thank you.
You're
Just-
welcome.
You can have it. Bring it in here.
$250 for both of those?
Well, it looks like it's also like a wristband or something.
Yeah.
but-
Oh man, I ripped my wristband off.
yeah, there you
Wild.
go.
But
Available. John, you got
look at
any
two.
other clips you want to do?
Yeah, I thought this one was really good.
By the way, John's
Yeah.
phone is superior to my phone. Did you see how good
Yeah,
his clips
it's so
look?
good. His clips are so
I don't
good.
pull in tight on purpose, but like,
And the audio is really good.
yeah.
Yeah,
These-
here's
look at
one.
how close that is,
Yeah.
dude. That's incredible, man.
That is pretty
That's-
wild.
That
From
is
where we
crazy.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's like TV camera quality, man.
And here it is.
Wow.
She's singing
Her
that
voice
to
is
Tony.
so solid.
She's
yeah.
singing that to Tony.
Don't tell me 'cause
And
it
Blake's
hurts.
just down the street at Caesars performing.
Yeah, doing his
I
residency.
find that very coincidental. He's like, screw that. No Doubt is not getting back together in Vegas without me being at Caesar's Palace doing
That's
the
a good
residency.
point.
He's
Yeah.
like, Gwen, you must be home in our suite by midnight.
I'm gonna play one more. This was like during their. Remember what Kevin was saying earlier when they would do intermissions? It would kind of be videos about how they reinvented themselves for the next album or the next couple years, and this was like their reggae phase.
Yeah, they did like
That was
the
cool.
first part was ska, then they
Yeah,
did reggae,
dude,
then they
that
did
was
like
cool.
their pop.
Pop, yeah.
Yeah.
Tony is so just naturally cool, isn't he?
Yeah,
Look
he's
at this
so,
guy.
like-
He's so cool.
And like Tom and him kind of like hit it off right away. It was like Tony's just very like normal, I guess, just down to earth, cool
I
dude.
liked him a
and
lot.
Yeah.
I thought he was super, super cool. The whole thing was just, the whole experience was awesome. The concert was, I was honestly, Jill, I didn't think they were going to be that good.
Yep.
I honestly was like, okay, we're going to ICSC. I'm going to catch No Doubt the day before. You know, I was of that opinion. Now I'm like extremely happy I saw No Doubt. Like they're very highly recommended if you're going to Vegas.
Absolutely.
You should go out of your way to go see this band. It's outstanding.
Yes,
So
I was
it's one of my favorite concerts of all time.
I was talking to my brother last night, and he said my sister-in-law Carrie and my niece Preston are going out to see him, and
Dude,
so have fun.
it's worth the drive
Worth
from
it,
LA.
without a doubt. And
Yeah.
Thanks to Raj and Neil and Tony for
Wow,
taking care
what a
of us. Thank you.
what a freaking experience, man. That
What
was
a
great.
night.
Thank you, Dr. Raj. I know he's a LOCPodder. We
Yes, he
appreciate
is.
you.
Yeah.
We met it in Han. It was great to meet you also.
He's who also listens.
Yeah, like we
I
have
was
a
like,
lot of
"What?"
yeah. They were talking about the show like after we all got back to the
Yeah.
hotel and we were sitting in a
Funny.
ar and they were just sitting there telling us about how stupid we are. So
It was good. So good.
so anyway, we're talking a lot about the first part of our trip, but we did go out there to ICSC, International Convention Center Conference. The convention center is one of the largest in the country. Las Vegas went from not being crazy busy to being packed. So like we got out there and Saturday was
yeah, not which for a Saturday night in Vegas, it was not that busy.
because you know why Vegas is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah,
We
It
were
was-
we were by the pool. We were talking, Joe. I bought 2 drinks and 2 soft drinks for our group. Okay, and it was like $120.
That's crazy.
For 2 mixed drinks and 2 soda.
Yeah, like Cokes or
Club
something.
sodas.
Yeah, club
Yeah.
sodas. Yeah.
Dude, $120.
It's insane.
It's like that's why it's not busy because there's people that it's ridiculously priced.
But then by Sunday, before the conference started, like Monday especially, it like you've got all these developers from around the country, cities and towns with developable properties and retailers all come for this conference. It's huge. It is huge. And if you've ever seen the convention center, it fills the whole thing, both the whole place.
Yeah, the South Hall.
It's
was-
crazy.
My God, Kevin. Like give you an idea of Jimmy John's is in there as one of the
Sure.
vendors. Okay, they built a Jimmy John's in the convention
Or
center.
no,
Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, excuse me. They built a Jersey Mike's in there with a kitchen and everything. And then they were making sandwiches for all the conventioneers. And
Free
when
subs.
Yeah, free
there's
subs,
thousands
yeah.
of people. There's thousands of people, and there's just a continuous line, and they're like cutting these subs up and just handing them out.
Yeah,
I had,
and these guys were making them fresh. They were making them right in front of us. It wasn't like they were prepackaged.
Right.
They were making them there.
and how about the McDonald's?
Slicing
They did the
them
same
there.
thing. They built a McDonald's in there.
Yes, they're like, here,
And they were
have an apple
serving
pie.
like apple pies and coffee and apple pies.
Yeah.
But like they would, so and I can't even imagine how much it costs to build that McDonald's in there, how much it costs to build that Jersey Mike's in there. So basically everybody's in there. BW3's in, everybody's in there, and all the developers are in there. And this is the first year Hammond actually. We were usually there as conventioneers. And then this year we actually got a booth.
Well, second year
we had
with a booth, but this year
This is a big booth.
you
we did
upped
this
it.
year.
We doubled in size, and we
Right.
got a really good location.
We had a table too, which
Yeah,
means you
counter.
could do business there. Yeah,
Look at that.
There it is. Look at that.
we seized upon the Bears. That was controversial, but we decided to run with controversy. So we put the Bears logo on the city Hammond, and there was an asterisk on there that said,
Yes, it says future home of the Bears, and then we did an asterisk that says awaiting Bears decision or something
in real
like
small
that.
font.
Yeah.
That was in small font, but the Bears logo was in
It got
larger
so much
font.
attention.
It did get a lot of attention. And even Arlington Heights stopped by and said hello.
They did, which was
Nicely.
nice of them.
They nicely said hello, and
They were like, we're not supposed to, we can't talk to you, but somebody said we have to come over here and see your booth.
Yeah.
Which was great.
We had a good crew out there.
We
You have
did.
the crew shot?
Yeah, John, here's a shot of everybody working. Oh, there's everybody.
No, that
just
that wasn't the full crew, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
That was the full crew
Yes,
shot.
that's
Yeah.
everybody.
That was the full crew shot. We had happy shiny people, which was nice.
council people
there.
Yeah.
A lot of city officials, and our job was to go fishing, basically. Get out there, snag people and bring them to our booth. And if they came by our booth, to snag them and bring them into our booth and make contact. And I think Juan said he walked out with like a few hundred contacts.
Yeah, he said 300.
Yeah.
And he had by the way, I don't know if you could see here, this is kind of like during the convention where everybody's working, and you can see there's a table in the back, and Juan actually had like 6 or 7 meetings. That was an addition, having the table and chairs, which was cool because he could take his laptop over and was showing him like the sites that were available. It was really,
How
really
about
really
the back
neat.
of Juan's shirt?
Oh,
See
God, I
that?
love that, dude.
Scan that QR code, chat.
Yeah.
That QR code takes you right to the City Echo Dev page, and Juan has it on the back of his shirt, and he's walking around the
He's
convention.
walking around, and people are like scanning the back
It
of his
was
polo.
awesome. It is not Juan's like personal info. It goes to the Echo Dev page.
Juan is funny, man. He's like definitely not shy.
No,
I mean,
he's well made for that job.
oh yeah, he was a little social butterfly in that whole convention, just walking around.
John, can you click the one right below
Oh,
that? Oh yeah,
Look at that one, Zaxby's. That's we did. Those are the people that helped us close that deal. So it was really nice to see him again this year. Zaxby's had a booth there. That's how we met him last year. That's how we closed that deal.
I think that's the cool thing about that, right? Like last year's success was we got Zaxby's through this convention.
Right.
Insane.
But
Yeah.
like the contact, the interesting thing is, so last year this picture wasn't there because we didn't know Zaxby's was going to come.
Right.
So we got back a year later and got together with the crew that made it happen. Those people.
Yeah,
are
that
just
one
good
lady's
people.
from Valpo, and like
Yeah,
they saw
the one
Juan,
in
they're
the
like
middle.
Juan.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool. So there was a big line at Zaxby's, and I went around and talked to these folks, and I was like, "Hey, our mayor's here." He's like, "Oh wait, from Hammond? Oh yeah, come on in." So they were very welcoming, and they were about to break ground in Hammond.
Yeah, it's super cool.
How about this one?
Oh, this is cool.
Oh yeah. That's local officials.
Yeah, Jeff Friesel and
Heather McCauley.
Heather McCauley, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Amber, and they all, and that's Councilman Werple in there. So it was nice to see some local blood come by to visit the Hammond booth. That was nice to see them.
From Cherville, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
this
that was
is
the mayor
great.
from like Frankfurt,
Yorkville, Illinois.
Yorkville.
His shirt said it.
Yeah, no kidding. I just had to read his shirt. Yeah. But him and I were hitting it off. Mayor, I forgot his name.
Mayor to mayor.
Mayor
Yeah,
to mayor.
That was
Mayor
kinda
to mayor.
cool.
That's his name.
Yeah, well, I was just saying mayor.
DMAYER. The mayor.
The mayor.
And
What's your
let's,
name? Mayor to mayor.
Mayor to mayor.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about this. Someone grabbed this of you at the conference. Was this from?
That was an unauthorized photo. But that chair I was in was purchased by a Hammond councilman.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. He's
Gonna ship it to his house.
It's going to be on his carry-on baggage on the way home.
This was a booth at the conference,
Dude,
right?
let me tell you, though, that chair was like pimp.
Weren't you saying like you see how your fingers are right there? Wasn't it like taking your heart rate and stuff? And
Yeah,
Blood
it
pressure
was.
and all
Yeah,
that?
it didn't do a very good job on that.
Oh, there's video.
oh, let's see this.
It wasn't really like taking my blood pressure. Which was,
It's like a hyperbaric chamber.
it was really cool, man. Those chairs are something else.
You look very relaxed.
It felt like it was in a coffin.
Nice.
It stretches you out. It like grabs your leg and pulls them and like puts you in weird positions. It's like a really cool chair.
Well, let's
Councilman Salinas, if you want to
share your.
let me, you should book out sessions in your house once you get it. So
Wow.
Let's do. So anyway, I think Vegas great success. We were really good time at the booth. I think a lot of
Yeah.
contacts. Obviously, the No Doubt show was fun. Let's do some ads. We're gonna get back for it, and we're gonna get to Matt Reardon quickly.
yeah, let's do. Yeah, we're doing a half and half show today, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start off. I wanted to do a read for Hoosier Women Forward. Could you do the main ad today, and I'll do the read for Hoosier Women
Sure.
Forward. Hoosier Women Forward is doing a call. Just hear this out. Hoosier Women Forward, a statewide Democratic women's leadership program, is accepting applications for its 9th cohort now through June 16th for its next class of women leaders. Hoosier Women Forward is a political and civic leadership training program designed to empower Democratic women to become more active participants in politics and leaders in the business and philanthropic communities. To date, Hoosier Women Forward has graduated 179 women from around the state, including several women from the region. Hoosier Women Forward is a 9-month leadership development program that culminates with a spring trip to Washington, D.C. If you're interested in taking the next step in your leadership and becoming a part of this this network of Democratic women leaders. Visit HoosierWomenForward.org/to-apply. Some data points, if helpful. Hoosier Women Forward alumni have served in the Gary Common Council, in the state legislature, as a circuit court judge, mayor, and as a city and county elected officials. Approximately 1/3 of our program participants have run for office with a 74% success rate in their races. So
check it out, HoosierWomenForward.org/to-apply.
I've had two of my employees go through that program. So.
Yeah, and they've loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. And it become like an alumni class together and stuff. So it's really, really, really good. It's been very, very successful. So please check it out.
If you're interested,
John, you can
see me and I could get you in contact, or obviously you can go through the Hoosier Women Forward email address. So
yeah, John, you'll put that in chat.
The website?
The what we just read, HoosierWomenForward.org/to-apply.
Yeah.
All right. Right.
Power in Indiana. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Power in Indiana.
Go ahead.
Read it together.
Power in Indiana, Lake County, our premier and studio sponsor. Power in Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana, Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. At IBEW Local 697 Electrical Contractors, they ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes alike. But their mission goes beyond the job site. They're creating a brighter future for the region they proudly serve. Power in Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org. They were also at ICSC, powering something. Was at ICSC.
Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltzensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
The Branding Room Floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The Branding Room Floor is Northwest Indiana's best full-time, full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Cantrell & Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell & Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who is in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
The Bug Guys Pest Control. Hammond, where the wind off Lake Michigan hits harder than a Bears goal line stand in December and traffic on the Borman feels like a full-blown blitz. The Bug Guys are your hometown pest defense, knocking out ants like they're clocking in for a long shift at the fire station, kicking roaches off your kitchen counter like they tried cutting through Calumet Avenue at 5 p.m., and sending spiders out of your basement faster than a plow truck on the first big snowfall. Because around here, if it crawls, buzzes, or bites, it's playing on the wrong field. And the Bug Guys bring that monster Midway energy straight to your home. Bear down. Bugs out. The Bug Guys Pest Control, 219-810-7481.
Calumet Brewing. This Bud's for you. For 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, bottled, and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality of American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is the official beer of the Chicago Cubs and will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs go. Enjoy beers and cheers to 150 years responsibly.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestomer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestomer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestomer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos Español.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious taproom and outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their amazing food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
A longtime friend of the show and premier studio sponsor, this powerhouse duo represents two outstanding companies deeply invested in building and supporting our hometowns, 219 Development and Bauer Construction. 219 Development is focused on smart, responsible redevelopment across Northwest Indiana. Bauer Construction is the boots-on-the-ground team that brings those visions to life. These aren't just builders, they're community partners. If you want to build something meaningful in the region or wherever your vision takes you, start with 219 Development and Bauer Construction. Reach them at 219-268-8484 or email Jack at jrfarino@219dev.com.
MCR
Whoa,
Partners
who's that in the house?
is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With the dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, just call me, Matt Reardon, 219-741-9511.
Look at that.
Welcome to the studio.
Once
MCR
again.
Partners'
Hey, man.
very own
Once
Matt Reardon.
MCR Partners himself.
I saw some clips of Vegas.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Work trip.
Good work.
Yeah. Work trip, fun trip.
Yep.
That's cool. How
We
was
did.
the show?
It was really good.
Would you be excited, like, because I know we're in the same demographic range, basically. Would you be excited about seeing No Doubt when you first heard about it?
Yes.
And
know.
would Mara.
I was
Oh, yeah.
excited, but I was more excited about the possibility of meeting Gwen. But
Yeah.
the fact that we did, but like the concert was off the charts. Man.
Awesome.
Really cool.
Very cool.
That is cool.
You should
Yeah,
go to
we would have
Vegas.
gone for sure.
If you go to Vegas,
You know,
like,
I say this
give Jill-
every year.
give
I'm
Jill
going
a
to go
heads
to
up.
ICSC. And then I've gone over the years.
Sure.
That's great.
It is a good show. I've been to it. It's effective. You're organized. It's a waste of time and money if you're not organized.
I agree with that.
I mean, if you're just going out there to bang around, yeah, I mean, it's
Right.
Vegas.
Bang around.
But now you're going to spend a lot of dough just to do that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because the convention, just going to the convention is not cheap.
No.
But having a booth is the way to go. We did that for the first time last year, had the booth, and then we realized how many we closed the deal last year, Matt.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Zaxby's.
Yeah,
Big deal.
Well, that's how you do it. Once you figure out how the program works and what to do and how to connect, and then you're making meetings for the next year, which I'm sure your team's going to be working on.
Yep.
he's got hundreds of contacts he has to make.
Yeah, you just start picking up the phone. Hey, man, I'm at ICSC. What are you doing? Hey, we're going to be out there next year.
Yep.
If you got a deal you're working on, let's talk. Move up your timeline. All that. It's that's good stuff.
Yeah, and this year we pumped both RFPs that are currently out through July, which is like the the old haunted house site we call River North now, and the TOD site up at the Gateway Station.
Those
So
are two big
they're on the
chunks of
street.
property. They're both decent. At least one better than the other for some kind of retail stuff. But there's all kinds of people there.
Yeah.
I saw you guys ran into some region folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's
a lot of fun.
It's
I
a
mean-
great convention.
Matt, as an economic development guy, like when you see, like the TOD, for example, like that's kind of like Michigan City deal was, this Mayor,
Sure.
because Mayor Angie and you have talked about it. Really good deal they did by the train station, right?
Yep.
And this one kind of similar, right? Right by the train station, ripe for development.
Right by the train station. And I think where, you get some outside perspective, that's why you go to this. And people have done similar projects in different locations, get it. And they see this piece of property, they know you control it. And those are two, like I said, those are two decent parcels to try and dig into. And it wasn't because you guys haven't tried other methods. This is in addition to what you
For sure.
have already done. So
We put the Bears logo on our booth. this year. That was a little
should've.
aggressive. That was a little aggressive.
There's a disclaimer.
I don't
Small.
I don't think it was aggressive. The Bears said we're looking at two sites.
We're one of the
We're
two.
one
right?
of the two.
Why
It's
not?
bad.
Right?
It's not
That's
like we
exactly.
It's not like we were just like Fort
Making it
Wayne
up.
or something.
If
Yeah.
you notice, they're stickers. Okay, so like we were
see.
ready to bail if we got in trouble. So all we have to do is pull the sticker down, you know. But
Yeah.
that sticker caused some controversy, and controversy is
sure.
great, you know.
Tom likes controversy.
Well,
It brought attention. We got hundreds of contacts.
and by the way, we all had like the Bears colors on.
yeah,
which
go
was
back.
cool.
Go to the picture of the group, John. They were dressed up like Bears cheerleaders, and everybody's wearing Bears colors. And
Oh, wait,
we were
here's
handing-
Oh wait, here's the asterisk. By the way, awaiting Bears announcement. It says.
Oh, that's accurate.
There you go.
there it is.
I mean,
Look at
you
it.
guys are both lawyers.
Bears
Look at that.
colors
Bears
everywhere.
colors.
Yeah,
Excellent.
We look like the Bears booth. So
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
it was good because there were a lot of people. Some people come by like you knew they were like from Chicago and like no way.
What are you talking
Not
about?
happening.
Yep, yep.
Right. And,
Yeah.
You're like,
and-
how's your budget up there? Doing okay?
And
Not
other-
so great.
right. and
How's
other-
your mayor up there?
other
Not
people?
so great.
Other people would come by and say like, oh, we're rooting for you.
Sure.
You know, so it's
Yeah.
cool.
Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Honestly.
we had a good time. We had a good group. We got some stuff done. It was nice to have some council people there because
It's always good. You guys make it a point to bring some of the other leadership with you to these events
Mm-hmm.
so that they can understand when your team brings them a project, they're
Yeah.
not cold on how did you do this? Where did it come from? I don't understand.
right, exactly.
It gets them skilled up on how this process works. So I
Plus,
think
just
that's worth
getting
it.
away with the fiscal body of Hammond, and seeing we did 4 of them and getting to hang with 4 of them, and
You had 6 there. You
Yeah.
were making all your decisions.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, we had
Mhm.
4. That's illegal. Yeah.
Quorum-ish.
yeah,
Yeah, they had a
So,
quorum plus, and so
Yeah.
they cut many deals where
Yeah.
out in Vegas.
Oh,
People say it was after the No Doubt concert,
We
but
put
I don't
it-
know.
Yeah.
We put a 48-hour notice on the door though. So
Yeah,
it was
right.
fair.
It
It
was
was-
We're going to
fine.
No Doubt together.
It was on the
Yeah.
back of the. It was on the back of one of the boards. What we noticed it.
Hey Matt, did you see when we were gone? Chicago Tribune did environmental hit piece on the city of Hammond.
Oh,
I didn't realize I lived in a toxic waste dump basically until I was in Las Vegas.
Hey,
and
look at this headline. Oh,
First of
boy.
all,
built on
It's Slag Heap.
first off
Look at that headline.
near hazardous waste sites. Yeah,
well, I didn't bother to pull up any of the existing environmental waste or environmental sites of concern where the current stadium is. I didn't.
Dude,
I didn't
no.
bother to do it.
I know.
Because there's a lot of them.
Right.
You know,
I
where
said
they're
that
at
to them. I
right
said-
now.
I said if you drew a half a mile circle around Soldier Field, you'd be surprised
Oh.
at how many Superfund sites you run into.
Well, I mean, just that, not so much super fun, but at least REC's areas of concern, and they're all over the place.
Well, I mean, you're in the Midwest. The industrial base of the Midwest lends itself to that, and to me, it's more like the narrative really is to me when anyone asks me about like why are the Bears looking at this in this area, it's like the reason they're looking at this area is because the work that's been done over the last 20 plus years to make it from industrial and commercial activity into green space that it is now. If it didn't look like it does now, there's no way they'd be looking at it.
Zero chance. And
That's
some-
where Jill lives, by the way.
Yeah, I live in a
Jeez, Jill.
shithole apparently.
Yeah, according to the Chicago
Damn
Tribune.
it, Jill.
Who knew?
You live in a shithole, according
Damn.
to. Thanks, Chicago Tribune. I'm
For
gonna
insulting
cancel-
Jill.
I'm going to cancel my fucking subscription.
I
now,
would.
you assholes.
Listen, here, when I see, I think it was obvious it was a little rope-a-dope by Chicago media.
For sure.
They're cheering for the Bears, but I'm going to go back to like the beginnings. First of all, I don't know how the city of Chicago can't figure out where to put this
for 4
Where
years.
for 4 years.
Plus, probably.
where in the footprint.
I
All
know.
right, there's places you could do it. Yes, is it hard? Sure. Is it costly? Yes. But if you were serious about it, you really could have done it.
Well, that's why Pritzker came after Johnson this week because
I-
he's like, dude, he basically said, I give you my budget in November, I bring it to the legislature in February, and you come out in the third week of May and are trying to make a deal for the city.
Shaking the can, trying to make a
Uh-huh.
deal for the city. Then there's Senator Mitchell, I think is from Chicago, who says, well, we're not so sure about this mega bill that's going to fund this because, all right, first of all, that guy knows this is they're either going to Arlington Heights or they're coming to Indiana. At this point, he knows this.
Yep.
So what's the motivation? He's, give me some money. I want to be, you want me to be quiet. All right, here's
What do you
my
do for
list.
yep,
Here's
yep.
my list of stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to keep peeing in your punch bowl until you
They
give
go
me
to
something.
Indiana, I think there's a group. I really do think there's probably a group of legislators in Chicago that think I'd rather see it go to Indiana than go to Arlington Heights.
I can tell you that it would have more economic impact directly to the city of Chicago as we bordered the 10th Ward.
Right.
And I don't know, like the rest of the world, they're probably like, Indiana, what's out there? Cornfields? Evidently not. We have mega...
We have giant slag heaps and hazardous waste sites.
Yeah.
Can I say something about the slag heap first off? If that's where the Bears...
So let's say it said slag heap.
That's the title.
First off-
Can I say something about the slag heap first
Yeah.
off?
Slag is non-toxic, man. It's just like
Yes.
building on a rock. It's like a rock, okay? And rocks aren't toxic, right? It's a pain in the butt because you got to move it around
It's
if
a
you want to build
byproduct
on
of
it.
the steel
Yeah,
process.
and it's literally, it's non-toxic. That's why they did it there. It wasn't like it was polluting the water. It wasn't. It was just a byproduct of the steel-making process. They didn't have a plan for where to put this stuff, and they decided to pile it up there over the years. And then, of course, Hammond in the 1970s and 80s is looking at a big rock pile. Jill,
Giant.
You remember that growing up.
I'm sure your parents.
Absolutely.
And,
Right?
Yep.
And then the city decided to build a golf course on top of it. The golf course is clean as a whistle. It's
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's about 8 foot of
Giant
grass.
reclamation project, which is what people that know what they're doing do. So this alarmist
interestingly-
attitude. Go ahead, Tom.
United Nations award.
Yeah.
For that. And
Governor's Award.
Yep.
Yeah.
United Nations.
Both,
though.
yeah, I'm
when
just
I
saying.
first took over as mayor, and that wasn't me that did that. It was,
Yeah, it was
Mayor
Dwayne.
Didelo.
Yeah.
Mayor Didelo and the city of Hammond got a United Nations Environmental Cleanup Award.
Wow.
And it's in City
For
Hall.
doing that.
For
project.
taking a slag heap and making it into a golf course.
Right.
I just find it disingenuous for news media to come out and to, position this as, the city of Hammond in this area is a bad area where we in the state of Indiana and certainly development people who have been involved with the city, and I'm one of them, we understand how to do redevelopment here. I mean, you both know that we're with another client preparing to come to your BZA to get approval to deploy $4.5 billion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $4.5 billion. So no one's throwing that kind of money around because you're a buffoon and you don't know what's happening here. It's just not. It's not happening.
Yep.
So, I get what they did. Let's
they're
stir the
nervous.
pot
Let's
up.
stir the pot. Make it.
Make
That's
make Pritzker
Make the Bears have to
feel-
defend themselves.
That's the interesting thing. So I was talking to Mary Ann Ahern yesterday. I don't know. Nobody even told me they saw it, so I don't know. It wasn't very effective, obviously. But she was saying, well, the mayor of Arlington Heights says he's dealt with this kind of issue before, and it's a lot of red flags. And I'm like, well, who's he talking to? And she's like, what do you mean? I said, who's the mayor of Arlington Heights talking to? Is he talking to the Bears, or is he talking to the public? And she's like, well, what do you think? I said, I think he's talking to the public. He's trying to persuade the public, because why would he talk to the Bears? The Bears know more about this than anybody. They're spending millions of dollars on analyzing this right now. Is the mayor of Arlington Heights know more than the Chicago Bears? No. He's trying to persuade the public, right?
Yep.
Why? Because he wants the public to turn their opinion against this site. He's not trying to persuade the Bears. The Bears know what they're doing.
They absolutely do. They have a team of professionals that went out there. They understand what it is, how to build it, where to build it, and the perception that this organization and their technical team are clowns is embarrassing for the paper.
Right.
I mean, I read shit like that. I'm like, okay, well,
It's just all
hey,
like
Chicago,
sound
I
bites
have
and
a
like-
new, I don't know what that mayor's doing up there.
not
I don't know.
helping. He's
I
not
don't
helping.
know. But
He's trying
I
to
look around
torpedo it.
Chicago and I see a lot of vacant buildings and I see a lot of vacant properties and I see a lot of that. Hey, Chicago Tribune, why don't you do a story about that and ask that administration what they're doing about it?
They should
'Cause,
be talking to us about what we're doing over here, because we're kicking ass
they
and
should
taking
be.
it. They're
And
taking their businesses.
That's right.
There's been a pretty decent relationship between the 10th Ward alderman and the city of Chicago, whoever it is, and now it's Chico, over a lot of years. And I forget the alderperson before there.
She was great.
She was awesome.
Sadlowski.
Yeah. Right.
She was
So
great.
it's always been pretty good because we're right next to each other, and on the other side of where Hammond, hold on to your hats, reclaimed a coal-fired power plant site into billions of dollars of investment. Is next to Calumet Harbor, where people go to the beach and there's housing on the other side and all those things. And so, don't be pissed off because we know how to fix what we have in a fashion that minimizes urban sprawl and capitalizes on the assets with related to proximity that we fucking have.
Chicago Tribune should be writing an article how Brandon Johnson and his administration dropped the ball on the Bears.
That's the
story.
story. I mean, can you imagine that? Hey, bad news. The Bears are going to.
They've been here 100 years.
What the fuck? They're not. That would be job one. Listen, figure this out.
4 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Then you had the Reese Hospital site, and somebody tried to shoehorn some shit into there, and you're like, no, that's too small. And then, okay, how many RECs are around that place? I mean, come on.
It's right by the canal.
I was talking to Bobby Lendy. Bobby Lendy works for it's a syndicate of doctors, basically, and
National Association.
He's the CFO of the organization, and they had like multiple floors of a building, and the whole building emptied out, and they weren't even using the multiple floors, so they beat the crap out of the building owner, and they saved like 80% on their lease costs, and
just to keep them in, just to keep them in, just so it doesn't go vacant.
80%.
No doubt about it. Now it's a buyer's market,
and that's just one place.
That's just one place.
One building.
It's funny if you're walking through Michigan Avenue. I do it often. You're walking
Sure.
down State Street. Take a look at those buildings you're passing, and look upstairs. Look at where the residents used to be living up there. It's
and the offices.
It's hollow.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting hollowed out right now, and they're moving to Indiana, guys.
So
and
those guys blasting away.
just like the Bears. Just like the Bears, your business is already leaving, and they're coming over here, and we specialize in closing these deals.
I've seen it happen. I've been part of a lot of them that come from Illinois to Indiana, some to Hammond, some to other places. But, then you talk about, like I said, let's assume everybody understands how to do land development. I mean, they do. They're not wasting their time. So it's dollars and cents. And
there you go. I agree with you.
The Bears thing is an emotional decision that's going to be made by ownership. They're going to factor in a lot of things. They're going to factor in money, proximity, location, fan base,
nostalgia.
There's a lot. And Hammond's up against everything other than money. Which it's usually
very
it's
true.
the other way around.
We're up because money is clearly moved to Hammond. That's clearly the best place for you.
Usually it is the other way around. It's like I'm going to stay here because the money. The rest of this shit, I'm just going to do it. But this particular transaction is about all the other things around that. Can the Bears Stadium function in any? Of course it can. Can we figure out to get access into and out of the stadium for events? Well, of course we can. I mean, what are we doing here? So that's all bullshit. If the Bears want to save a bunch of money, they should be in Indiana. And if I was sitting in the room with the ownership of the Bears, I'd say, look, do you want to save a bunch of money? I mean, people are going to be a little pissy about it. And by people, I don't know who those people are. I mean, your board of directors is
Northern Suburbs
is going to go, hey, man, way to go. We're going to, pop $200 million onto our bottom line at a minimum. We think we literally are exploring a new market. We have a jurisdiction that wants to work with us to do the campus feel that they now have at Wrigley around this. And could you have done that up in Arlington Heights? Maybe. Is Arlington Heights pretty fucking far away from Chicago? Yes.
And hard to get to. So, I mean, unless you live up that way. And I would say also is that let's just remember if and when this mega projects bill gets through the Illinois legislature and signed by Governor Pritzker, you still have to go through the local to get your deal.
You still have to go through.
I'm sure Arlington Heights is ready to roll out the red carpet. Fine, but whatever. You still have all these regulatory things that are uncertain. It's uncertain.
Arlington Heights had trouble with the school city in Arlington Heights.
Oh, I saw that. You're right.
That was an initial stumbling block. And by the way, that's part of the locals. You have to get through the city. Of course, the city wants you in Arlington Heights, but you also got to go through the schools. And if the schools may want a bigger bite than you're willing to give.
So it works differently in Illinois than Indiana. In Indiana, the local jurisdiction, like City of Hammond, controls the tax pile that comes in.
Yep.
In Illinois, it's every individual taxing entity. So all the time, every project I've worked on in Illinois, from the top rope comes the school corporation going, "Where's our cut?"
Wow.
And my retort is, "Well, what's your cut right now? 0.
Yep.
Okay, great. If we don't do this, this doesn't happen. What the fuck are you talking about? You should get more money."
Right.
And
but they're still going to have to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Right. So they still have to deal with it. It's not a layup. Do I think Pritzker is going to pass the bill? Of course. He has different ambitions, and let's throw I want to run for president. I mean, who's going to vote for a dick that lost the Bears?
What do you think is going to happen?
He's going to blame Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So are they going to
He's already started it.
They're going to pass a Bears bill.
They're going to.
Is it going to be as lucrative as Indiana? Less lucrative?
I don't think it will be. I think they're going to trade on nostalgia and
The fact they already have the land and all that stuff.
they've already bought the land. They thought it was a good deal. What changed your mind? Hey, by the way, your proximity to where you're at now from a corporation standpoint, we're closer to your practice field.
Yep.
We could, we can't really change our tax system in whole, but in part we can because we're doing this mega bill. So yeah, it's never going to be as good as Indiana, but you're the Chicago Bears. We hope you stay. And then, then start the cocktail parties with the hoi polloi about the topic. And hey, dude, are you really going to Indiana? And that'll be it. Like I said, it's a weird decision for them. Emotional. For us.
What do you think?
I think Illinois will pass something. Yet to be seen what that's going to be. I think Governor Pritzker has set up a very good defense for him, saying that Brandon Johnson dropped the ball and City of Chicago dropped the ball. And I think the Bears are going to have an interesting decision to make. I think it's going to come down to, do we want to go because we have a better economic situation in Indiana, and it appears that we have a very, very good, friendly administration both in the state of Indiana with the governor, and the Speaker of the House, and the President Pro Tem of the Senate, and the locals with Mayor McDermott and his administration? Or do we go up to Arlington Heights because it's the easy answer?
I could tell you when I talked to George McCaskey, one of the things he asked me early on in this process, okay? He said, are you and the governor going to get along? And I said, absolutely. He's like, because that's important to me. He said that to me.
Interesting.
He's like, I don't want to see dysfunction. I don't want you guys fighting with each other.
Which he's used to.
He said that to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And
their people
what does he
gave
see?
him the intel, like your people give you intel when you're talking to people.
But
You're
what
like,
I'm
hey,
saying
man,
is-
these two hate each other a little
Right.
bit.
No, and he knew
He
that.
brought it
That's why
out.
he was nervous.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, you and him don't get along. In fact, he mentioned I recently roasted the governor, and I did, about the big fundraiser he was having in Hammond.
No way.
Yeah, and he brought it up, dude. And he's
Well,
like,
it goes
is
to what
this-
Matt's saying. These guys know. They get briefed.
Yes. So he's like, is this kind of shit going to be going on while
Yeah,
this
I don't
deal's
need that.
pending?
I'm
And I
trying-
was like, and by the way, have you seen anything
No,
from
I
me?
think that's what I.
Fucking 6 months I've been like singing the governor's
Well,
praises, right?
Well, you guys have worked together, and so the
We
state
have
has worked together,
but
by the way.
because it's important. First off,
Correct.
I've seen another side of the governor. I appreciate that. I'm not saying this is disingenuous, but I also know it's important to the deal that the governor and I work together. Why do you think the governor's working with me?
Mm-hmm.
He may not like me, but he's like, this guy is important right now if we're going to make the Bears happen. And I'm saying the same thing as the Speaker of the House is saying the same thing. And by the way, bipartisanship is in right now, and you could tell people are like, look at Indiana. They got their shit together.
So you guys started with, local, county, state, pretty seamless to put together a package, to be on the same page.
I've never seen anything that fast.
To
Never.
be on the same page, to get some shit through the General Assembly where, you didn't have any dumbasses down there going, oh, what about,
Right.
how come? Everybody was like, all right, I get it,
Lockstep.
cool.
Lockstep.
Let's just see what happens. Let's see how this works. We know how it works. We did it with the Colts. Maybe they do what the Colts did and
Really
just,
smart people
and just
down
load
there
up
that
the
did this.
load up the vans and load up the Mayflower vans and just fucking drive them down Indy Boulevard.
Come on in.
Here they
Come
come.
on down.
Move on in.
Well, Matt, thanks for coming in, man.
Sure, man.
It's always great to have MCR partners in the house. We appreciate your insight and your expertise in economic development and deals, and we would highly recommend anybody out there who's thinking about anything in the region or beyond to contact Matt Reardon at MCR
Thanks,
Partners.
man. That's
LLC.com.
a fact.
Thanks.
What's new in Hammond, guys? What's coming up other than the Bears groundbreaking?
Hopefully, that's coming up pretty soon.
I like your
Thanks,
deal.
man.
I like your deal on the highway. I do like that deal. I tried to put that together, and I got to give you guys some credit. Most cities don't fuck with this. They're like, I'm not doing condemnation to do it this way. That most of them don't. In fact, some counties passed ordinances prohibiting this. So this is maybe 6 or maybe about 8 years ago. So it was before the kind of right when you were talking about bike trails. So the church was there. So I had a client that we had an accepted offer for the Muta property. And we were trying to get the next piece, and it was the Botanical Gardens.
Uh-huh.
And I reach out, I'm doing the brokerage thing. Hey, we'd like to buy it. They're like, yeah, no. I'm like, what do you mean, no? What's the price? Well, they're not interested. And then, there's some hair on ownership. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. There usually is. But figure it out. Are they interested? What is the number? So, when we were negotiating, they just really wouldn't give us a number. And I remember saying to the attorney in passing, I said, You guys keep up that fucking attitude, and the city of Hammond's going to come in here and condemn this piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a piece of
And he
shit.
goes,
prophet.
what? He goes, what do you mean? Are you threatening condemnation? I'm like, dude, I'm a private broker. I'm working for a fucking deal.
Right.
But I see this is an impediment, a legitimate impediment.
It
And
was.
all reasonable, there was no reasonable.
The mayor was very adamant that at some point
That's a cool
this
deal.
became it became kind of a albatross. I mean, we've got a great piece of property, the mayor would say, and he said it's just sitting there. We're not doing anything with it. We
couldn't-
got to
you-
be more aggressive.
I mean, literally, the private sector tried. We
Yep.
tried.
Yeah.
We had plans for retail and a hotel on that site, leading into kind of figuring out what to do with the bike trail. And we knew there were some challenges because of access. You only have one point, but literally had accepted offer. We're going to do the next one, and figured out what to do with the cell tower and that profit, and figured all that shit out. And literally, so you can say without doing this, the private sector couldn't act, and that was a fact.
We
with
had
that
another
property.
situation like that on the north side of the city too, where we also stepped in because the private sector sometimes just sits on properties and they're good with that, but I'm not as the mayor. So.
Well, you can't. I mean, you know what? At what cost does that hit you? So
Yeah.
that project I was working on was probably, I don't know, maybe it was $120 million.
Well, make sure
Right.
you're still talking to. We have an
Those
RFP
dudes.
out
Well,
there.
they don't own the. They don't. They wanted all the property and they were going to do that project, but I haven't heard from those
Well,
guys.
dust
But
it
it was
off.
Call
like,
them up.
dust
Dust
it
it
off.
off.
yeah,
Dust it
exactly.
off.
Hey, man, it's
So-
available. City finally
So-
condemned it.
Well,
Wrap
thanks,
us up, Mayor.
NCR partners, thank you for being
Sure,
here.
man.
We appreciate you.
Anytime.
Thanks for sponsoring the show too, Matt.
Sure.
We
Yeah, we
definitely
appreciate
appreciate
it.
that. Thanks, Kevin, for hosting and doing a great job as always. Thank you, Jill, and looking forward to Metallica at Sphere with you. We got to work on our.
Metallica.
I'll believe that when it happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you said that
Get
about
your
the Dead
tickets.
too.
Where?
It's right around the same time frame.
I did.
Who's going to Metallica?
We don't have the tickets yet. They're really
Working on
expensive.
it.
Where?
The
At the
Sphere.
Sphere.
Ooh.
That'd be epic. right?
October through February.
That'll be epic, right?
Make your plans.
All right, Jay Vez. Thanks, man. Good
Yep.
to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks to our fans. Sorry about missing Tuesday. We will not do it again the rest of the season. So thanks, everybody, for listening to LOCPod. We'll be back on Tuesday with some straight talk and our normal shenanigans. So looking forward to talking to you guys again. Take care, everybody. LOCPod's out.